And let's take this one step further to create something we call a box and whisker plot, which is a simple graphical representation of a continuous data set. So you can add this to your list of types of graph that you might want to draw. So here are our tree heights that we discovered in Unit 5, which I'm going to be revisiting. And first of all, and these are put in rank order, so we're going from the smallest up to the tallest tree. And hold on, let's get this so I can see them all at once. That's better. No, it's not. Okay. So we've got 31 tree heights in rank order. So n equals 31. And we can work out the mean. And that is equal to, so we have to add those all up and then divide them by 31. So that's 2331.6 over 31, which is 75.2. And now we can start looking for the median. So that is the number where there are 15 numbers larger and 15 numbers smaller. So that's the 16th value here. It's the middle number. So that's our median. Okay, so it's X with the squiggle on top, so that's 76. And we can find our range, so that's 88 minus 60.5, which is 27.5. So that's the range of the size of the range of values. So that should be 27. These should all be in feet. Cool. So now we're going to go one step further, and we're going to divide this data set into quartiles. So this is a new idea. So this is just taking the idea of the median one step further, really. So we're going to divide this data set into 4 equal parts that have the same number of samples in them. And so we've got the smallest quarter, the second smallest quarter, second largest quarter, largest quarter. And in this case, we need to have the median included in both the second and the third quartile, because we have an odd number of values. But if you had an even number of values, our median would be the average of the middle two values, and then those could each go into a separate quartile. Okay, so in this case, we need the first, we're going to divide them into sets of 8. So we've got 1 through 8, so that's the first quartile. Then we've got 9, including the 9th value up to the 16th, so that's the second quartile. Then we're going to take the median again. We're going to go down through the 23rd value, and then the biggest 8 trees. Okay. Yes, the median gets included in both the second and the third quartiles. That's 4 sets with equal number of measurements in them. So there are slightly different ways of dividing up the quartiles. This is the way I've chosen to have the median in both. Okay, so now we can proceed to making our box and whisker plot. The first thing I need to do is draw a scale. So let's go from 50 to 100. Okay, so 50, 60, 70, 80, something like that. That'll do. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is mark my median. Here are the 5s. I've added there. So the first thing I need to do is mark my median. So that is 76. So that is going to be about here. And I'm going to mark that with a bar. Okay, so that is this value. I'm going to mark that here. I'm going to mark that with a bar. And then what we're going to do to make our box is to add the interquartile boundaries, as we call them. So that's this value and this value. So it's the first value of the second quartile and the last value of the third quartile. So that's these two. So let's add those on here as well. And again, we're going to use bars. So that's 71.2. That's about here. And 79.4. That's about here. And then we're going to draw a box. So interquartile boundaries, so that's this number and this number. And then finally we need to do our whiskers, so that is using the range. So we're going to go from the first ranked number to the last ranked number, so from 60.5 out here to 88. That's here somewhere, and then I'm going to draw a bar like that. Okay, so there we have a box and whisker plot for this particular data set with the tree measurements. Okay, so first of all, we add the median. Second of all, interquartile boundaries. So this is the box, and then we draw our whisker by using the extreme values. So that's the whisker on the plot. And yeah, so I think those are the major points I want to make about that.